We got Matt Groh. Matt, can you hear us?
How you doing?
Hey, Matt, thanks for taking the time. I know you guys are busy. I'm here with Mike Dussault, Evan Lazar, Paul Perillo, myself. Tell us a little about these two fellas that you took in the fourth round.
Layden Robinson out of Texas A&M. Really excited to add him, add some, the interior play in this league when you can get a good player. There's a lot to be said for that, especially here in the fourth round. 3-year starter at A&M, Coach Adazio, a name that a lot of Boston people are probably familiar with, coaching the O-line down there. So what you're going to get with Coach Adazio. Tough-minded, tough physical guys on the field. So able to speak to him and some other people down there at A&M, and really saying the praises of Layden. And then you put the film on and you can see the power that this young man has, and we're able to spend some time with him before pro day and get him up here, and so there's a high comfort level with Layden and what he can bring to the table for us.
Yep.
Matt, just along those lines, along the offensive line, you took Wallace last night. I'm looking at my little unofficial depth chart. It looks like 8 tackles, a bunch of interior guys, including the 3 that you guys selected last year. It feels like the offensive line overall is going to be a spot that's kind of rife for some competition.
Yeah, that's what we want at all spots, is competition, and that's how you get better, is having guys compete against each other each day, and then be able to go out there and compete their best on Sundays. And there's not many worse feelings, than being tackle poor. So don't want to say we're tackle rich. These guys are going to have to go out there and prove themselves and develop. And really excited about what Coach Peters can do with a lot of these guys. But again, to be able to add a talented, experienced player. This guy started a ton of games in the Big Ten. Know what we're getting from Coach Franklin. At Penn State and all those games in the Big Ten. You're getting as well prepared of a player at that position as you can hope to get.
You picked up Javon Baker. You had Polk already selected. How do these two receivers complement each other?
Yeah, so Javon's played a little bit of X, played a little bit of slot. This is a kid who went to Alabama. So they've got a pretty good knack of finding wide receivers out of high school. They don't just offer anybody to come play that position there. Obviously, Coach Saban and his staff and everything that they've done, they know what they're looking for. So didn't work out for Javon at Alabama. Hasn't worked out for a few guys at Alabama. You can come up with some pretty good names of players who started there and go on. I won't list the names off. You know who they are. Javon, and then remember being down there, his first game at UCF a couple years ago, saying, "Whoa, who's this guy?" So you could see the talent right away, and to get him with Jalen, with JP, and start working here with Drake to try and build chemistry. It doesn't just happen overnight, and now you've got a couple guys who can grow with Drake. You're not talking about a free agent, those deals aren't always 4 years. Now we got guys who can grow for 4 years.
Yep.
And that's really nice to be able to establish that kind of relationship.
Yep.
Matt, with Jalen and Javon, the other thing that we've been talking about a lot is how tough they are on contested catches, and winning those passes outside their catch radiuses are pretty large as well. How important was that for you guys to have two guys that can go out there and be really good hands catchers for Drake?
Absolutely, the contested catch. That's what this league is. If you can't make some of those, then it's going to be tough, and you want guys who can be open even when they're covered, and to have guys like JP and Javon to be able to go up and snatch the ball out of the air. That's an important trait to have.
I know you have to get back to work, but quickly, any curveballs that you've seen, throughout the draft, things that you didn't expect to happen that kind of, said, wow, that was not on our radar?
Yeah, I'll leave those comments for inside the draft room. The eyebrows that go up inside the draft room. I'll leave those in there.
All right.
So
it's a good question. It's a good question, but
Do you feel bored today, Matt?
Not going to get myself in trouble on that, commenting on somebody else's draft.
Do you feel bored today, Matt? You had 9 picks last year on day 3. Are you a little bit more relaxed than with a few less picks?
Well, you start off with a bang here. We were at 103. Kind of had an idea as to how that was going to fall, but it comes quick at you, and then with the accelerated clock at 5 minutes, it's moving.
Yeah.
Right now you wish it was moving a little bit faster, but there's always deals that we're fielding and we're reaching out on. So rarely are we just sitting there twiddling our thumbs saying,
Right.
okay, we got 45 more picks, which is about probably where we are right now until we pick. So
Right.
who knows, by the time I get back in there, we might be on the clock.
Okay,
But,
so Matt Groh just packaging those 2 6th-round picks. We're going to get into the 5th round. So, don't go anywhere, everybody. We're going to be on the clock momentarily.
All right.
I like it.
Well, Matt, we'll let you get back in there. But thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Matt.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the coverage,
Thanks,
guys.
Matt.